Hello. This video has taken a while to film for reasons you'll be able to figure out pretty quickly, so you might not remember this anymore, but Beam 0.29 came out. Most of the update is dedicated to a crossover event between BeamNG and Gambler 500, which, from my admittedly almost no research, seems like a cross between an off-roady car meet and a trash cleanup thing. A noble cause, and clearly the Beam devs thought so too, having added 8 Gambler cars in this update. We'll get to that a little later, though. For now, we're going to take a look at a car with a name I spent a good 10 minutes misreading as Lansdale. The Lansdale is a soccer mom's dream, a big, cheap American minivan with as many seats as horses under the hood. It's a Soliad like the Wendover added 2 years ago? What? Rather than spiral into an existential crisis thinking about that, let's just move on. The Lansdale, also has a hideous facelift, Pontiac Aztec style hideous, that deserves whatever is coming to it. Like any new Beam car, this has a full host of special variants, like this racing minivan or this rally car. There are plenty of other configurations of the car, so check them out. Watch the rest of this video first, though, please. One of those other configurations is this Gambler 500 car, an essentially normal off-roader except for all the stuff it's missing. Yes, that is a boat on the roof. It's not quite as off-road capable as it looks, at least when you think about 0.27 and all of its extreme off-road cars. This is true of all the Gambler cars. They are, at their core, very cheaply made. The 500 in Gambler 500 originally referred to the budget, though it seems like they've basically ditched all vehicle-related rules, something I am very much in favor of if it gives us cars like this, a heavily modified Piccolina. It's got tractor tires, a bathtub in the front, and suspension from a dragster. That dragster, in fact, over there on the world's sketchiest drag strip. It has an SBR4 engine with no mufflers and is loud enough to be quite annoying while trying to do the audio editing for this scene. Anyway, despite its drag racing DNA, this Gambler Piccolina is probably the slowest car in the update, so let's take a look at something else. And I'll turn this one over to our friendly documentary narrator, Ruben. Dave.
Once idyllic silence of the South Island Bay is stirred by the growl of an engine. The crocodile is on the prowl. Its prey? A solitary Grand Marshal, separated from its pack and oblivious to the danger it's in. Carefully, stealthily, the crocodile approaches. It has been spotted! The Grand Marshal's instincts as a long-hunted prey animal kick in, and it takes to the road with the crocodile in lumbering pursuit. Crocodile knows it's no match for the fleeing Grand Marshal. It's an ambush predator, not evolved for high-speed pursuits. Defeated for now, it returns to the water from which it emerged, with little choice but to wait in hopes of slower moving prey.
We move on from the very crocodilian Wendover to something a bit more shark-like. Yes, this is a 6x4 Bolide, and yes, it works. Unfortunately, like I believe most or all of these cars, it has road car suspension, or at least something that feels like it anyway, making it a very bumpy ride around these off-road trails. Oh, and speaking of which, they updated the force feedback for my G29 steering wheel. Has it made the rattling any better? No, it hasn't. Ah well, it was worth asking. Let's switch cars again. This is a good one, trust me. The Gambler version of the Covet, the first one, there are actually two, looks almost normal from the front, but you've already spotted, yeah, that. Surprisingly, the enormous single rear wheel doesn't make it all that difficult to drive, and if one was to upgrade the front suspension a little, I think it'd be a genuinely capable off-roader somehow. Even now it's not that bad. I drove this whole section in one take. The cut there was only to relieve those of you who have gotten severe motion sickness from that tracking shot. The other Covet, meanwhile, has twice the wheels of the first one. It's a surprise second six-wheeler of the update, though unfortunately you can't really power trailer wheels. It's terrifyingly fast given how badly it handles. And finally we end on the glorious sight that is the Pigeon. They added this as a prop, by the way. I could touch on the other stuff in this update, but this video has taken long enough, so, well, thanks for watching and goodbye.